and I'm in Wisconsin now. I just crossed over the border to Wisconsin. I didn't know I was anywhere near Wisconsin. Okay. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2013 Ford Mustang GT. Up front is a 5.0 liter V8, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. If you'd like to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive, where I'll be writing a complete article about the Mustang. As well as if you'd like to see my videos before they're released here on YouTube, head on over to my Patreon. For only $2 a month, you can see all my videos before they're made public. But let's get back to that 5.0 liter V8. This is what the Mustangs are known for, the 5.0. It's the poster child of Mustang engines. And this particularly is a 5-liter Coyote engine, 5-liter V8 dual overhead cam. And this particular car has been modified to run on E85. That is not stock. The owner has modified it to do so, as well as it has a Cobra Jet intake. Now, like I said, the transmission is a 6-speed automatic. And I know right off the bat, a lot of people say, oh, you need a manual in a muscle car. And to an extent, I agree. But honestly, I'm not mad at all with this automatic transmission. Automatic transmissions have gotten so good in recent history that I'm not that mad. Personally, would I want to stick shift? Yeah, because I like shifting up and down. I like downshifting before a corner. It's that little added excitement, but that's just my own personal taste. If you're not completely sold on driving a manual every day, this automatic is perfectly fine. This automatic will do what you need it to do. And then last but not least, the Mustang is rear-wheel drive, as well as it has a solid rear axle. All right, 5-liter V8, 6-speed auto. Well, to start off, it stays in a straight line, which I have not had good luck with Mustangs. So first of all, it stayed in a straight line. Second of all, it sounds amazing. Third of all, as you guys heard, this thing kicked down once, kicked down twice, and I went. This is not a sloppy transmission. I think that's the biggest thing about this Mustang that's really shocking to me. I've dealt with 5-liter naturally aspirated V8s. I've driven big NA V8s. It's not too special when it comes to the power. But really, that transmission kicking down, that automatic transmission, it's very close to a ZF. I would still take a ZF transmission over this, but by millimeters. Something interesting about the driving feel is that the steering, it's obviously power, but it's almost hard to describe. It feels really good. It can turn pretty tight for a muscle car, and there is no play in the wheel at all. I think that's what I'm really getting at, is that it feels so spot on. This might sound stupid, but it really does feel like I'm turning the wheel. Oh man. It sounds so good. Coyote motors sound so good. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 2 gauges. On the left is my speedometer. On the right is my tachometer. They're both in a very nice retro-looking font. I think that's really cool. Ford does rely pretty heavily on their heritage, and I don't really mind. It's not a deal breaker. I actually think they look sleek. I think they look good. In between the 2 gauges, you do get a center screen. This is going to give you the run-of-the-mill Ford information. So, actually, no, I take that back. This is not run-of-the-mill Ford information. Right now, I'm looking at air-fuel ratio. I can look at cylinder head temperature, inlet air temperature, oil pressure, oil temperature, trans oil, voltage, and back up to air fuel ratio. Let's click on that. That's actually really cool. You don't get that in your Ford Escapes. On the steering wheel, you get your controls for the center screen, as well as on the right, you get volume, phone controls, Bluetooth, all of that stuff. And on the left, you get your cruise control and your controls for the center screen. To my left, I do have window switches. Both are auto down, 1 push down and 1 push back up. To the right, I have 2 air vents. And then I get to the radio. Now, the radio isn't that crazy. It's a pretty stock Ford radio. It does have Sync by Microsoft that Ford boasted about throughout the late 2000s. So up top, we have a little digital readout. Then you have your memory settings. So if you saved a station or if you want to skip tracks, blah, blah, blah. Then you have a bunch of different controls here. You have seek, text, catalog and folder, clock number, phone, sound, menu. All of these different little options you have on the radio. I really like that. They do give you a bunch of different options. And of course, more options are good. Then you come down to climate control. This car does have heated seats, which I really like. They only have one setting of heated seats, on or off, but you do get that. And then you also get your defroster settings, stuff like that. Then we get to the shifter. Now the shifter isn't anything too special. Really, the interior of the Mustangs aren't too special, but you can shift the shifter plus minus on the side, which is really nice. To the left of the shifter, you do have 3 buttons. This is for your hazards in the middle. Up top is traction control off, and down below is the trunk popper, which this is a very, very convenient place for the trunk popper. I really, really like that. Then you have 2 cup holders and a handbrake. Now, it is technically a 4-seater. We're gonna try to do a backseat review, but I have very, very small hopes for this, but here you go. I'm gonna move this seat forward a little bit, try to give myself at least some type of fighting chance. There's a handle up here I can pull down. Getting in, all right. Oh, the headrest hit me. Yeah, so headroom is an issue as my head is hitting the rear window. I don't have any cup holders back here. I have sort of an armrest over here. I'm sorry if the camera can't really see me, but not a comfortable back seat. I've just told myself if there is a back seat, I'll always review the back seat, and you're not gonna fit many people back here, and this chair over here is touching the back seat. So these are really pointless back seats. If you really, really need them, I guess someone could spread their legs across the back, but this is a 2-seater for all intensive purposes. Last thing about the interior, tons of room for the passenger. I mean, I could kick my legs around and I wouldn't hit the dash. That was very eye-opening for me as well. Now, overall, I do have to say that this is probably, in my opinion, one of the best looking years for Mustangs. I think part of the reason that is because this was sort of my coming of age year of Mustang. And what I mean by that is in 2013, when this car was released, I was 16. I was getting my license. And so like 2013 Chargers look really cool to me. 2013 Mustangs, I think this is one of the best years for Mustangs. A lot of cars made around that time look good to me just because that was what the car looked like when I got my license and when I sort of got into driving culture, when I was able to drive. But getting back to it, I think the Mustang looks great. Now the owner has done a couple carbon fiber mods, which yes, they are real carbon fiber. The hood is real carbon fiber. I think it looks really, really good. They even made a green, this like really bright, flashy green in this generation Mustang, and I think even that looks really good. And so as we get to the end of the review, this has sort of redeemed the Mustang for me. This honestly does change my mind a little bit about the Mustang. This has been a good driving experience. I've had fun with this. Surprisingly, I actually really like the automatic transmission. It does everything I need. I honestly like reviewing automatic transmissions better because I don't have to worry about a clutch and if I'm doing it right, or if I'm, reviewing it and I might burn the clutch a little bit. I don't have to worry about any of that in cars like this. I just get to feel the power. I get to feel what everyone else feels, and I can be more thorough. Now, it's hard to compare because I've only ever driven manual Camaros and manual Challengers. I did drive one automatic Challenger, but it was a Hellcat, and you're talking almost double the horsepower of this, so that's not a good comparison. But this review has redeemed the Mustang. I like Mustangs again. You're all right, Mustang. You're all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something about the 2013 Ford Mustang GT. If you'd like to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Get ready. We're re-entering Illinois because that's the Wisconsin sign. This is the first multi-state review.
was a sight for my soul.